Also back with Gwinnett Lawns in beautiful. Oh, look at that sky. Let me show you something. Atlanta, Georgia. Check that out. See all that mist? Not mist, but all that evaporation. Yep, we got ice on the ground. Had ice on the windshield. This was actually hard to open the door of the box truck this morning. It's about it's a little after 9 o'clock, and yesterday, which was Monday, was the first day of mowing season, and it started raining on Sunday late afternoon into the evening. Started raining, and it didn't stop raining till about 5 o'clock yesterday. So the entire day was just a steady drizzle. It wasn't we didn't have any thunderstorms or anything. It just rained and rained and rained. It did not stop. So I've got how many do I have on the schedule today? I've got 9, which is all of yesterday's and maybe a couple for today. I'm going to try to do. The problem is that the grass is frozen. This is just weird. There's frost all over it, which is okay. We'll get it done. So most of the Bermuda yards, this is the weirdest thing. I've lived in Atlanta my whole life, and by this time, the middle of March, there would be at least probably 30% of the grass would be green. There's a little bit of green poking through. I would say less than 10%. So most of these yards that I'm going to do probably have a lot of weeds. Onions will be coming up and stuff like that, but it has been so cold. It was so cold in January and February. It was crazy. That's why I delayed. Well, there's 2 reasons why I delayed the start. Normally I start the first week of March. Number one, the most important reason was my knee. I wanted to give it another week to heal, and it is even doing much better. I was actually, when I went into the gym today, I actually was able to do I was supposed to do legs today. I just, I can't really do my left leg because of my knee. But I actually did a very light leg workout. I just wanted to try it, and I didn't have any pain. So I didn't do any squats or anything, but just some leg extensions and hamstrings and stuff like that. So that was a very good mental boost for me being able to do that, even though the weight was like almost nothing. But I wanted to see if it hurt, and it didn't hurt at all. So I will progress very, very slowly. So I do not have my knee wrapped. I do have it with me. When we did the cleanup on the last video, I walked, I think it was about 14,000 steps that day. That was a lot. My knee was a little tired after that. Fatigued. It didn't hurt, and it wasn't swollen. It was just a little fatigued. So it's going to be a lot of working, a lot of walking today. Now, here's the question. Have you ever started the season off and your mower, it's not doing so good? Maybe it broke down. So the trim star, I've got, as you guys know, I have 2 48-inch trim stars in the back of the truck. And my main one that I use has got 1,250 hours or so on it, somewhere around there. It's starting to, when I take off and I'm going up an incline, it's starting to chatter a little bit. Not chatter, shudder just a little bit. Now as soon as that happens, I let off the throttle, and and it's pulling. It doesn't do it if I am if I'm not on the Pro Slide. So there's some resistance and weight with my 200 pounds being pulled along. It doesn't do it if I'm just walking behind it, but most of the time I'm riding behind the mower. So, and I have been, since day one, I've been extremely diligent. You guys see all my maintenance videos. I'm extremely diligent about making sure the hydros are, the fluid and filters are changed every 200 hours. So I'm a good stickler for the maintenance. But so here's the question. If you have a mower that has the Hydro Gear ZT2800s, if you have that, or maybe even the ZT3100s, have you had problems with your hydros? And what was it? Did you have any of the chattering problems? So what I did, the first thing I did on the Hustler, it has an external chain that you can tighten the pulley up on. It's got a, the idler pulley, you can make it a little tighter. So I put it one notch over. I looked at my records, and the belts, the blade belt and the hydro belt have about 400 hours on them. I usually will switch them out around 400 hours. Not because they're anything gone, but one time I had a hydro belt go out and that mower ain't moving. So, as I always say, I would rather fix something here in my garage than on the customer's yard. And I keep the spares, I don't throw the belts away. But what happened there was a stick went down and made the belt fly off. I thought the belt was broken, but just the fact that I had to try to get that fixed in the customer's yard, it was a pain. So, I mean, stuff happens, but what I want to know is if you guys, I don't care what type of mower you have, most of the mowers out here, they use if you have a Toro or whatever, it'll use the Tough Torque transmission, but a lot of the mowers, most of them, I'm going to say, use the Hydro Gear transaxles. So the ZT2800 is very popular, the 3100, the 3200, and then you got 3800s, 44. So if you got a Hydro Gear transaxle, or any whatever, if you notice that it was starting to chatter a little bit, let me know what it was. Tell me what the hours you had on the mower, if you can remember, and what you did to alleviate it. I mean, it could be something internal. I haven't used it yet. The first yard I'm going to do is very flat, and maybe if the belt tension helps it, then I'm just going to replace the belt, because it's about time, and it could have stretched a little bit and it could be slipping. I'm not getting any noise at all, and it doesn't do it all the time. But so anyway, that's I'm not going to show these yards unless there's something weird, but I really would like to know on your mowers if you've had those problems, and let me know down in the comments. I will certainly I'll try to do an update at the end of the day, letting you know if tightening the belt helped at all. So anyway, it's funny seeing all the steam, the ice is melting off all the cars, and where the sun's hitting it, the steam's coming up. So all right guys, well, I'll let you know one way or the other at the end of this video whether tightening the belt helped or not. But please leave those answers down in the comments below, and I'll see you. All right, so I told you guys I would give you a quick update on whether the tightening the belt with the tensioner alleviated the issue, and yes, it did. So I'm very happy. I had one customer, I did 8 yards today. It's right at 5 o'clock, and man, those things, some of them are wet. One of the customers canceled for today and told me to come tomorrow because it's all the rain we got. And the last one I did was really, really wet. I'm so glad I had that trim star. If I had a regular zero turn or a stander or sit down, thing would have got stuck. But anyway, that's what it is. So if you're having those problems with your hydros, make sure your fluid's correct, the level, but check your belt. I didn't think that it would be the belt. It just had stretched a little bit over 400 hours, so that's what it is. Anyway, I will talk to you guys on the next video.